According to my YouTube analytics, you guys are looking for someone to build a giant robot. And that seems like something that's right up my alley. So that's what we're gonna do today. Let's get to it. First thing up is we gotta pick a size. Since we're aiming to make this thing giant, I need to see just how big I can make a mech. I've made a huge one before about the size of this building, however, it controls pretty bad, thanks to its weird hip mechanic. To avoid doing something like that again, I think the best route would be to make the design tall using stabilizers, but attach homing carts to the feet so that it can lock onto mobs and track them down. After tinkering around with the body for a bit, this is what the body structure looks like. And yeah, it's pretty giant. But I can already see what the main issue with this build's gonna be. And that's our piece limit. Since we want this thing to tower over everything else, we're gonna need to leave some firepower behind, and only show up with the bare minimum. And after quite a few design changes, we've acquired ourselves a giant robot.
Outstanding!
With the build stage over, it's time to move into the testing phase. Since the goal was to make this thing giant, I'm not expecting this to be a powerhouse, but it should be capable of taking on some mobs. And yeah, its performance reflects that. It can take down easier mobs without much hassle, but if we put it up against a stronger variant, you could be waiting 3 to 6 business days to see some results. I could fix this issue, but that would take away from our main goal. With that in mind, my next idea is to modify this giant mech to where I can control it, since that will free up quite a few parts. To do that, we're basically stripping it down to this state, and adding on from here. A little while later, and this is what I ended up with. The real challenge now will be mounting it and never falling off. The controllable giant is built and ready. But for some reason, even though the device is upright and I'm in a good position, it doesn't want to let me control it. It kept doing this to me, no matter how much I moved it around, until eventually I set it against this cliff and was able to mount it from there. So it's time to go see if this thing is better when we control it. Being so high up, we can't really see what the feet are hitting, and I fell off almost immediately. To fix that, I placed the control stick at an angle, and now I can get a better look at what's on the ground. Even with that being the case, I yet again got blown off the giant once the turrets locked onto something that was in the distance. So those cannons have to go, and I'll just replace them with more lasers. It doesn't entirely fix the problem since I can still be hit, but at least I won't get blown off. Now, on to the fight. And yeah, this time around, our giant mech shreds. It defeated all the mobs extremely fast, compared to our self-driving build. But that's to be expected, since this time we have 6 lasers compared to just 2. Even with that being the case, both mechs serve their purpose, and accomplish the feat of being giant. So, it's a win-win in my book. If you enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up, and consider subscribing. Also, leave a comment, cause I respond to those pretty often. And as always, I'll catch you next time.